Hello, Hexicans. Welcome to the Crypto Sparbu Show, the channel where we get you all the information about Hex and Pulse Chain. And Pulse Chain is coming up in the next couple of days. So, Patrick, tell us everything you know about it.
So, hello from my side, everybody. My name is HEX Lion. I hope everybody is doing great out there. We are still in Vegas. We are still enjoying our time. And the biggest news we have to share for you today is the last live stream of Richard Hart, where he showed us or where he dropped us a few knowledge bombs. And let's go through them. So, what he said is that it will be bigger, that it might be more of an advantage to sacrifice versus not sacrificing. Based on this, I am personally sure that through sacrifice you will get the most pulls. Then the next thing, so I just go like through his timestamps. That's why it might not be like in that in perfect order, but like how he dropped the knowledge bombs in his video. So the next thing he told us, when asked like if it will start at the 4th of July, he said there is only a 20% chance. So the more days are over after the 4th of July, the higher the probability will be to start. Then what he also updated us on, that what he's still thinking about, if it will be a whole month, so like the 3 days of no time loss and then 27 days, or if it only be like the 3 days plus 2 weeks, because he said that the network is so close in being finished that there might be no need to do a whole month, maybe only 14 days or 17 days, for 2 weeks plus 3 days. Then what he also said is that sacrificed coins will not get burned. So when you sacrifice, the coins you sacrificed aren't yours anymore, and the sacrificed amounts won't get burned, so somebody has the possibility to use them.
And you have hope to receive pulls in the future, but you have no guarantee, and this is really important to be no security, right?
Right. So the whole sacrifice stuff, all this kind of things, why it's like why all feels like behind the curtains is just because we are not in the security land. So we won't need to go to the SEC and say, hello, please, we need approval for this, that. No, when it comes to Hex and to pulls, there is no expectation of profit solely from the work of others.
Exactly. So, hello to everybody in the chat. Purple is here. I see Identity Block, Ray, Pabalaba, OMFE, Michael. Thanks for coming by. And please, if you have questions, put them in the chat. We will answer them right away while we go through our list. What else is on our list, Patrick?
So the next thing what Richard told us is that the staked P-Hex and E-Hex will be shown on different tabs. What is meant by that? If you go to go.hex.com, after the sacrifice phase, when the network, the Pulse Chain network is live, you will see, I guess, in the top section of the page, something like a switch where you can switch between your stakes on the Ethereum blockchain and your stakes on the Pulse blockchain. And I don't know if everybody is aware of that already. When you have a MetaMask and you open up the MetaMask, in the middle top of your MetaMask, there stands Ethereum mainnet. And if you click on that, you see like different networks, like the Robson test network. You can install the Matic mainnet there. You can install the Binance Smart Chain there. And in this section, the Pulse network will also go. So when everything is live, what you will need to do is you click on the Ethereum mainnet, you add a new network, and then there will be an introduction video from the community, from us, from Richard himself, how to install the new Pulse Chain network. It's an easy thing, so you just click and add new network, and then you have like 4 things with copy paste to put in, and then you just need to push one button to change between the networks. So if you want to do anything on the Ethereum mainnet, you should be on the Ethereum mainnet. And if you want to do transactions on the Pulse network, then you just switch the network and you can still do everything out of your MetaMask wallet, or as well as from your hardware wallets, because it's just connected with your MetaMask wallet. So everything will work out with connected hardware wallets like Ledger and Trezor, and with the MetaMask wallet itself. Then he said that sacrifice phase will start in less than 2 weeks. So our time window right now would be something between the 4th and the 18th of July. So now would be the time to tell everybody, no?
Yeah, definitely. And we are onboarding like crazy here. When we sit on the poker table, we talk about HEX with those people. When we sit somewhere else in a bar, we talk with the people about HEX, and we are onboarding constantly. And I'm pretty sure this is what everybody else is doing as well. RG3 with Discord Syndicate, Crypto Coffee, and so on. Everybody is onboarding, and so should you. So if you haven't told all your friends and your family, then this would be the time to buy Ethereum, to then buy HEX in like the next couple of days, right?
Yeah. And now comes the one of the most important things what Richard told us. He said no solidity sacrifice code. That means that everything will be offline. So over the whole sacrifice time, nobody will know how much pulse he will get. How that works in the background. So everybody sacrifices different coins from different chains, or even US dollar cash via Sense Foundation. So what everybody needs is a MetaMask account, or a MetaMask account connected with a hardware wallet. Because you need this in order to have an address where you want to receive your pulse. And then everything will work. So everything will be compounded offline. So for the Ethereum and all the ERC20 tokens, there will only be one address. But if you sacrifice Bitcoin, for example, you need to sacrifice them on a Bitcoin address, and so on. So what they will do is to collect everything, because in the end you will know how much was the total sacrifice in US dollars, when did which address sacrifice, so with the price, and then you can just calculate it. Okay, this one that much, this one that much, this one that much, this one that much, and then you spread it out to all the addresses. So there is no ratio, there is no price of pulse, there is just so in the last tweets, it looks like that when it's live, you need to go to pulsechain.com, connect your MetaMask, only MetaMask, or with your attached hardware wallets. I just continue to say like with the hardware wallets, because it works as well with the hardware wallets. There is no need that you need to give up a bit of your security and to send it like from the hardware wallet to an online wallet. Just keep it on the hardware wallet, it's fine. So connect to pulsechain.com, and then select which coin you would like to sacrifice. Our recommendation always was HEX. As you saw in the previous weeks, it was a pretty good recommendation. And then you see, okay, then you put HEX, and then you see an address. Then you go back and look on the pulsechain.com Telegram chat, if the address in the pinned message is the same, you look again on Richard's channel, like on the Twitter account or on Richard Hart YouTube, to see there as well if it's the correct address. It should be, and usually Richard knows how to deal with those scammers, but scammers are in the game. We are in an unregulated market, and I'm sorry, but there are a lot of scammers everywhere. So just be aware and verify it like 2-3 times that you're really sure that is the right address, that you will receive the pulse on your address. So if you, and just to explain it, like if you want to sacrifice Bitcoin, then you still need a MetaMask account. You still need to connect, and then you, in the selection, you press Bitcoin, and as you are connected with a MetaMask wallet, the system knows like where to put the pulse on. And when you click Bitcoin, then you will receive a Bitcoin address. Then you can go in your Bitcoin wallet, because MetaMask is not supporting Bitcoin, and sacrifice from your Bitcoin wallet.
Well, I'm pretty sure that we do not know all the information quite yet, but we will get them. And when we get them, we will show it to you how everything works in detail on maybe screen savers.
Sure. So we don't have a user interface yet, but it's like only 2 weeks away. And as soon as we have it, we will make a nice video, with screen share, and where we show you everything pretty nice, that everybody knows like how to click. What I told right now was like my imagination of the user interface, which would make the most sense.
We have a lot of new people in the chat I'm seeing. So somebody asked, do we get more pulls if we sacrifice HEX than other coins?
The thing is, when the HEX price rises until the start of the sacrifice phase, yes, then you get more, because then you have more US dollar volume with your HEX. So let's say you buy 1,000 HEX right now at 9 cents. You paid $90, and if HEX goes to 10 cents, then your $90 is $100. So with this 1 cent increase, you would already have more than 10% more volume to get pulse.
And people always ask where we are. We are still in Vegas. And did we do the airdrop yet? Did we jump out of the plane? No, we unfortunately did not. We had a first appointment, couldn't do it because of the weather. The second appointment didn't go as well because of the weather. And now we will do it in the next couple of weeks, I'm guessing.
Yes, so as we are only here in Vegas for 3 more days, there wasn't a third possibility to do the jump, and we need to make a new appointment. But yeah, for the next couple of weeks, we cannot do that. I'm sorry for that.
So another great question from Mike is, will we buy PHEX with our pulse?
Will we buy PHEX with our pulse? Yeah, you can do that.
If you want to, you can do that. But my plan right now is to just receive the pulse and hold it long term. Who knows what will happen with the prices? But yeah, that would sure be a possibility to sell the pulse for PHEX.
Yeah, and with the airdrop, I guess it was like a omen or something like that, So you make the appointment, you sleep bad because you're excited, because you need to jump out of a plane, and then in the morning you get ready, you drive there, and then you receive a phone call. I'm sorry, today not. And then okay, you reschedule, you sleep bad, and in the morning you get ready again, and then your phone rings again. Yeah, I'm sorry, we cannot do that today. And yeah, I'm sorry guys, but I don't want to jump out of a plane with this company anymore.
So the next question from Ray. What benefit is there if we sacrifice only? Maybe it will be more value after the fork, right? Of course, there's always the possibility that after the fork, the price goes down, and then you can buy more pulls than even sacrificing. But we don't know yet, right? Maybe it's way more beneficial to sacrifice than to buy higher later.
I mean, if you read Richard's sentences pretty good, then you should sacrifice.
It's pretty clear what he says, and Richard Hart is just never wrong.
That's true, yeah. So his track record in the last 3 years is pretty amazing.
So Mike also asked, I think the share price will rise much faster in PHEX than EHEX because of the fee prices are lower, so they will be staked more.
No. The thing is, it's hard to explain actually, because I don't know exactly what will happen. But if you think that on PHEX there will be more and more stakes open, as on EHEX, then you might be right that in the short term, the PHEX share rate will go up a little bit. But if an old long stake from the EHEX chain comes out, the share rate will jump even higher than on the PHEX chain. Because the thing is, it doesn't matter how much stakes there are created, how much stakes there are start stake and end stake. It only matters if a certain stake can get more shares by restaking the whole thing for the same amount of time. And only if this answer is correct, the share rate goes up. And it doesn't matter if there are like 10 end stakes or 1 million end stakes, because the code will ask the same question after each end stake function. So if somebody presses end stake or good accounting, the code asks, can this stake get more shares by restaking the whole stake, which means like principal plus all the interest for the same amount of time. So if he staked 700 days, and now if he compounds everything, so principal plus big payday plus interest for another 700 days, if the end result would result in more shares, then the share rate goes up a bit. And it goes up at the end stake function. So it doesn't go up when the restake is made. So at the end stake function, the code asks the question. If the question is true, the share rate goes up.
So another really interesting question from KCW. Any ideas what different features PHEX will have than EHEX, other than cheaper fees? Well, PHEX and EHEX will always be the same, and the
same code
is done. It can never be changed. It's immutable. But what will happen, and I think it will happen in the future, is you can put things on top of it, right? Like tradable shares, for example, would be something that
you can do that with EHEX and PHEX.
Yeah, of course.
No, so there is no there is nothing different between EHEX and PHEX. The only difference is that with EHEX you need Ethereum to be able to transact, and with PHEX you need pools to be able to transact on the network. That's basically the only difference. It's an immutable code. It will be just forked over, so the code will be immutable and totally the same on both chains.
Yeah. So Neville is saying, is it not more beneficial to stake HEX and get the same amount of PHEX? Yes.
Usually new coins tend to go up faster in value than already settled coins.
Oh, he's talking about pools.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, still, I think it would be beneficial to stake HEX right now for like 10 years, just to make sure you have a stake on both sides on Ethereum, and then you will have it on pools too.
Sure.
That makes sense to me, but for sure I would sacrifice as well. even though if I would not have any hex right now. Like in this situation, if you're a completely new person, just found out about hex today.
Yeah, if you're completely new, get your Ethereum, swapped it for hex, make a 10-year stake, then you sacrifice, and after the network is live, the Pulse Chain network, then you go on staking on the Pulse Chain.
Yeah, that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, and thanks to Graffini for your kind words. It took me a long time to break it down in such an easy way to be able to explain the T-share rate properly.
Well, we are doing it for a long time already, right? Like our YouTube channel is 1 year old. We just went over 1,000 subscribers. So thanks for everybody who's subscribing to this channel. By the way, if you have not liked the stream yet, do so, please. This will also help pumping your bags in the future.
Orion is saying, I think people, especially like new Hexicans, will go to where the better, smaller T-share price is. Don't you agree? I disagree, actually, because a new Hexican will go where he gets onboarded, usually, because most of the time, so it's pretty rare that somebody like really makes his own research and then has all the details and knows like where to go. And the thing is, it won't be a huge difference. So it might be a difference of 100 to 200 hex. So if the T-share rate right now is like 18,200, something like that, or 18,100, in the future, it might be 19,000 on EHEX and 19,100 on PHEX. So there is not a huge difference. Which will be the greater difference in my point of view is the price, because we will have two different prices. We will have a EHEX and a PHEX price, as it looks like. So I'm still not 100% sure, but it looks like that we have two different prices. We have two different share rates, and I don't think that people will just go where the share rate is better. I think people will go where the price is higher.
And where the opportunity for price rise in the future is high.
I mean, the opportunity is here and there, you know, because it's hex here and it's hex there.
But like you're always saying, we are onboarding on Pulse Chain, and who else is buying the EHEX, for example, in the future?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's why I say it, like a new Hexican will rather go where he got onboarded, and I don't think that anybody will onboard in 2 months. Like, yeah, at first you buy Ethereum, and then you swap on Uniswap for Hex, and then you go to GoHexCom and you stake it, and additionally you switch the network to Pulse Chain. There you buy Pulse, then you go to Pulse Swap, you swap the Pulse for Hex, and then you go HexCom and you switch again, and then you make the other stakes. You know where I'm getting.
Yeah.
So
we don't want this confusable situation, right? We don't know where to onboard the people, but I think we already made up our mind to onboard people on Pulse because it just makes sense because of the fees, right?
Yeah, and I don't know what you mean with 1,900, not 1,000. I was talking about the T-share rate. So how much hex you need in order to get one T-share. And I'm not 100% sure right now, but what I know, it's right now over 18,000 hex per T-share, and I was just going a bit more in the future.
So Papa Lava is also asking something a little bit off topic. Do you have a site dedicated for your journey, though, America by dates and towns? So what Papa Lava is saying that we will make an American road trip for at least 3 months in the future. But we are here in Vegas for 3 more days. We'll go to Miami, and then we'll go to another place. We wait for the Pulse Chain, and when the fork is done, we will come to America and make a big, great road trip. We don't have all the cities and days yet, but when we have them, we will post them, of course, and we will try to visit all the Hexicans we can on our way, right?
Exactly, yeah. And Metallic Elmo says that we brought Mello with us. And yes, he is our mascot of the Crypto Sparbuch, and he is traveling the world with us.
Yeah, 18,179 hex per t-shirt
Exactly,
is the
yeah.
cost right
Yeah.
now. So we needed this.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Neville.
Okay, exactly. And as I said, there won't be a huge difference between the two share prices because it might be that on the PHEX it goes up a little bit. How to explain that? Because with short-term staking, it goes up a tiny little bit, jumps a bit.
A bit more than if you would just take it for one day, right?
No, it's so hard to explain that in a correct way, because as I said, the code always asks, can this stake get more shares by restaking everything for the same amount of time? So the share rate can also move up for just for a 1 day stake. And what I meant, like with the small differentiation, is if all the short-term staking moves over to PHEX, then short-term the share rate will be a bit more on the PHEX side, but when, for example, the next origin address stake comes out, on the EHEX side, the share rate will be even higher than on the EHEX side, than on the PHEX side, because more and more people are going to the PHEX side, more and more stakes are created there. So usually the payout per T share should be slightly lower on PHEX than on EHEX. So as it is slightly lower on PHEX than on EHEX people are getting a bit more payout. And as they get more payout, they get a higher return on investment. And the higher the return on investment is, the higher the share rate needs to ramp up in order to take care that this stake cannot get more shares by restaking everything for the same amount of time.
I think often you have the situation that a lot of people unstaked and raised the share price already, so that when you are on term and want to restake maybe for the same time, the share price doesn't even move because it doesn't need to, because the share price already went up, and you cannot gain more T-shares than you would by staking the same amount of time, right? So Richard has given all Hexicans the hedge on Hex for free, and first on the hedge to ETH with first on Pulse Chain. Well, yeah, with
but up there is a better comment. Recently, Hex crossed another threshold over 37,000, not stakes, I guess, individual stakers.
Yeah, that should be right.
Yeah, it should be individual stakers.
It's bullish than ever, right? Like, how much more bullish can it be? We have sacrifice phase coming up. We have people buying Hex to sacrifice. What I love too is people sacrificing Hex, and so they cannot sell it in the future anymore.
That's true. It will become more rare.
Yeah.
And yeah, more rare is always better. Like more Hex is always better as well.
So we talked about the sacrifice, we talked about Pulse Chain. What we have not talked about, and it's really interesting as well, is the Hex price, right?
Actually, right of today, you see the anti-correlated asset playing out beautifully again, because the general crypto market is like down -3 to -5%, and Hex is still at the same amount as yesterday. Yeah, we are still at 8.7, and Bitcoin and Ethereum is down nearly 4% from 24 hours ago.
We talked about that in our German stream already. Patrick, where do you see the price in the next couple of days? Because the sacrifice is coming in the next couple of days. So this would be really interesting to know for the people what the Hex price could do in the next couple of days.
Yeah, so as we already saw the front running of the 10 cents, where few people cashed out $1 million or more, I'm pretty sure that at the next attempt, we will break the 10 cents. And how high it can go after that, I'm not sure. I'm still like a bit. I'm like a bearish bull when it comes to the hex price, because my guess for this year was like 5 to 20 cents. We are over 5, which is amazing for me, and 20 cents is definitely possible. But I don't know if it's only 20 cents. A lot of people who I talk with are saying, no, it's like 20 cents, it's like easy, it's like next hour. But yeah.
But you have also to respect what Mike is saying here. He's saying, I say 50 cents or higher after sacrifice phase. This is what I'm saying as well, because I have always Richard Hart in mind when he says hex can go higher than we could ever imagine.
That's true, but I think we need a bull market for that.
Well, in hex, it's always a bull market, right? We have not seen a bear market yet in hex. Bitcoin and Ethereum prices are down, right? How many are we down with Bitcoin from the all-time high? I think it's like 50% by now, right?
Yeah, nearly like 45. The thing is, I would say we already saw a lot of bear markets in hex, because the hex price went down about 70% already 5 times. So
for a couple of weeks. And then we shoot up again to new all-time highs, just
That's
as
true,
we see
but
right now.
Aren't those like little bear markets?
I don't know. Bear markets for me an extended period of time. So Neville is saying 20 cents is a Tesla plate. Yeah, 20 cents by dinner, Orion says.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. So as I said, I'm not the bullish one when it comes to the hex price, but I'm also pretty sure that we will go up and up even more, because we have a finished code. We are complete and done. We have the best community in the crypto market. We don't talk bullshit. It's like real facts and real information what we are providing and giving here. We can cross promote each other. Nobody needs to take viewers from one another or something like that, because nobody of our hex streamers is promoting like any ref links or any shill links, or buy my shitcoin, or go to this bad trading company to get wrecked, and I will get parts of your volume and so on. So in hex, nobody needs to do that. Everybody can live a free life based on his or her passive income, and we can cross promote each other. And I like to when it comes to hex, I like it to say hex is like a network marketing company without the pyramid.
Nice. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, because the network marketing, we are a lot of streamers, we can cross promote each other and so on, so we can really make a network marketing out of hex, because the hex code is finished, but it can't talk, and we don't have any pyramid. There is nothing like that.
So I saw a really nice comment here somewhere. Now I can't find it anymore. When Hex Lion speaks, I get more bullish. Well-being, Griffin says. Thanks for that. Neville, Iwan has stopped his daily streams. Good for him.
Good for him. Yeah. They got really bullshit in the last bull run, actually. Yeah, I mean, no, I don't want to.
So Griffin is also saying, hey, but what examples of USA road trip cities? No expectation, of course. Just some of the top of your head. So Las Vegas would be one of the first ones, San Francisco. But actually, it's all the major cities.
Yeah, what we are still thinking about, as we have time, we are thinking like what is the best route according to the climate. So I guess we will go. So, but we have a team here who is supporting us as well and so on. So I don't know yet, but I guess we will go from Vegas to Los Angeles, San Francisco, and then drive the upper states, and then go down to Miami and drive the southern states, because it makes more sense if you're like in the warm months like August, September. in the northern states, and then October, November, December in the southern states.
Metallic Elmo saying the climate, any city is better than the weather in Germany at all times. That's so true. And right now in America, they have in the north a really hot climate, right? The weather is like really, really hot in the north.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like all-time highest temperatures, something like this. I heard about that and I saw that in the news.
Yeah, but I guess the best thing would be like to go at first to the northern states and then to the southern states.
So Mo Crypto is saying, what are your thoughts on taxes? Staking rewards in the interest is pay income tax in UK. What is the tax situation in Germany? Well, of course, the tax situation is all different in all the countries, and we are no financial how do you call it? We cannot give financial advice about that, but I can tell you
it's not financial advice, it's tax advice.
The tax situation with the interest and the staking for HEX is terrible for me, because I would not like to pay 1 cent in taxes. I rather pay $0.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we quitted everything in Austria and Germany, that we are non-taxpayers anymore. I can just say that Germany is not better than the UK. And if you want to get rid of taxes from the UK, you should look into countries like Georgia, like Paraguay, Panama, Puerto Rico, Malta, Portugal, and I guess 2 or 3 Asian countries as well.
Yeah.
Cyprus.
So BMA is saying, what does Sparbuch mean in English? It means certificate of deposit. And crypto means certificate of deposit in crypto.
Exactly, yeah.
In one word.
So Sparbuch is like savings account.
So Grafine is also talking about our trip. You guys will enjoy that road trip so much. Can we join you in our own car for some portion? Well, Patrick and I are buying our own car. We will wrap it and we will do this road trip with that.
You can come with your car.
You can come with your car, just as you said. You can just maybe follow us, go write a little route with us, and maybe contact us and we can figure something out. We had this in mind already when we started with the road trip idea. All we wanted to do have fun in different cities and go to events and stuff like this, but now it has evolved a lot, right?
Actually, it would be awesome to have like a convoy,
Yeah, maybe we'll have something like this. What I'm saying is the idea of the road trip already has changed a lot. We went from fun to actually we will have a lot of work to do when we go to America. Well, we have a lot of events to go to. We will have things where we talk to people and do interviews and stuff like this. Sure. So it's a promotion tour, and I think I actually want to work. I want to talk about HEX with the people, and onboard people, and to not only have fun on the road trip, but only get to work.
Yeah, I mean, it will be fun because, it's like we don't need to prepare ourselves that much to talk about HEX. We already did it the last 1.5 years. So
that's right.
It's all good. So guys, if there are any more questions, please feel free to type it in now. Okay, thank you. So what was the process of giving up your tax status and just be a traveler? I mean, I don't want to talk about that so much right now, Mo. The thing is, you are in the UK, so your system will definitely be different than his in Germany and mine in Austria. So it doesn't make sense if I explain you the process of Austria right now. As you are in the UK, it will be something different. The best thing you could do is to consult a tax specialist whose specialty is crypto, and ask him like, what are the rules and regulations in the UK? What can I do to pay less taxes? What can I do in order to pay no taxes? And the thing is, we don't have anything left in Austria or Germany. So if you don't want to completely give up the UK and don't want to live there anymore, then we can go on talking. But if you still want to live there, you need to consult a tax specialist where you are living.
And because Patrick and I do not want to live in our home country anymore, this would work for us, because now with the benefit of not paying taxes, we can now only visit Germany, for example, for 8 weeks, and that's it. And then I have to leave again. If I would extend those 8 weeks, then they would see, okay, he's a German resident again, and now he has to pay taxes again. But we don't do that. We are a perpetual traveler, only being like 180 or 90 days in every country we are visiting as tourists.
Yeah. But yeah, again, so every country, when it comes to taxes, has its own rules and regulations and its own details. So it's not like something, generally speaking, it's not like something from the EU. It's each and every country has its own rules and regulations. So in order to don't give you a wrong information, please consult a specialist where you are living.
Well, often we have the situation in our German community as well, where people talk about taxes so much that they miss the action, that they missed buying HEX or missed buying that, and then they missed all the gains because of the tax bias, right?
Yeah.
So don't do that. Invest in HEX now, do your staking for the next couple of years, and then when you made 1,000 of X, then you can care about taxes and pay them back.
Yeah, or you quit everything and leave your country like you want to, you know.
Okay, so guys, if you have any questions, now's the time. I hope you liked the video. I hope you liked the streams. We enjoyed it for sure. So please like and subscribe, and this will pump your backs in the future too.
Mm-hmm. So, and as you're saying, can't complain about my gains, Mo Crypto, then it shouldn't be a huge deal to get a tax specialist and pay like £200-300 for an hour of consultation, you know? So, because then you have a specialist, you have somebody who really knows the things in your country, and then you can really say, okay, to rely on these sentences, right? You know? So yeah, go ahead and find a specialist where you are living, because even in our German group, I always need to explain, yo guys, but you know, I know everybody speaks German here, but we have people from Switzerland, from Austria, and from Germany, and all those 3 countries have different rules and regulations. Especially like Switzerland is like completely different than Austria and Germany. But enough about taxes. If you're looking at the HEX price chart, you can smile. It looks great actually, and I really think that we will break the 10 cents in the next try, because the next try might correlate with the announcement of the Pulse chain, and this should shoot the price up again. So if you don't have your bags filled up right now, then you should hurry up and get your sacrifice money into HEX, because if the HEX price rises more, you get more volume to sacrifice.
And at the end, we can make a thought experiment, like what everybody should do. And I don't know if everybody has done that so far. You know your amount of T-shares you are having right now, right? So multiply that with the price that you think will be the price in the sacrifice phase. Let's say like 20 cents. So try to calculate your T-shares times the daily payout in HEX times the HEX price in the future. Let's say 20 cents. And this is an awesome thought experiment to understand how much you are actually worth, because the price of HEX will surely be higher than right now in the future.
Sure, like in the mid to long term future, definitely.
That's what I'm saying.
And short term, it's too hard to tell what the price will do.
What I wanted to say is that Patrick and I decided to stop our jobs and start traveling when HEX was 1 cent. And with HEX 1 cent, I was already able to provide for a living, right, with the HEX. Now with the price being 8 times higher, or maybe being 20 cents in the future, I think our staking ladder is going to be amazing.
That's true. And that's it, guys. All the best for you. Have a great rest of the week. If there is a surprise announcement, we will make a surprise stream. If there is no surprise announcement, then you will hear from us next week on Monday. same time, different location. And yeah, that's it. All the best for you. Take care. And anything else?
Yeah, feel always free to contact us on YouTube or on Twitter, on Instagram. You will find all the links down below in the subscription. So thanks for that, and see you then next Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye. Ciao.